3-day weekends are the best. We need more weekends.
Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour. Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour.
Don't waste my motherfucking time!
Now, you may not know this, but we usually tend to record on Tuesdays, which means because this was Memorial Day weekend, we had 3 days off before this. So, like, I drank all of this, like, caffeine you could possibly find. I'm super hyped up about this. Today was kind of Monday for work, but now I'm here doing a podcast with all you lovely people. And unfortunately, next week is not a 3-day weekend, which every week should be a 3-day weekend. And instead, they are all replaced with one ignorant, uninformed, ill-advised, self-deprecating moron ranting about opinions I have no right to have, which are probably wrong and absolutely do not matter. Our goal here at Another Wasted Hour is to convince you that where we hail from, just outside Washington, D.C., is not just a city of politics, scandals, and memorials, but one brimming with art, music, and culture. As impossible as that may seem. So, listeners, now that you know why you're here, straight from the sex shop, we have the Vibesmen. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hi to Danny.
What's up?
To Jesse.
What's good?
And Nick.
Howdy.
It's been a while since we've had a threesome here on the show.
Oh, they're always the best.
Yeah, usually we have a couple of people from the band, but Victor isn't with us this week.
No.
So we have an extra seat in the room. So we've got all three of you guys here. One guy didn't make it.
Sadly.
Do we want to like mention him? Like, would it be nice?
This podcast, this episode right here is for Jimmy Cropper and Drew Creed. They're both in our band, actually.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
Good for them. They lived good lives.
They have,
did.
yeah.
This is a memorial
I'm crying
episode.
right now. Y'all can't see it, but I am.
A memorial episode for them.
Those are manly tears.
Did you guys celebrate Memorial Day?
Yes, we did.
Is it weird? Because, like, we have Memorial Day, and people are like, hey, happy Memorial Day. And you're like, no, that's not how that works.
You can't really, like, spread that, like,
Right.
too much.
Hey, everybody, happy Memorial Day. Happy people dying. Like, no, not at all. Why are we saying that? That's weird. And then we do strange things, don't we?
Like stuff our faces.
Like, we go, you know what? People died for our freedom. We're going to the beach.
Yeah, I was going to say, we just jump in the pool and,
Yeah.
Grill a burger.
Right, exactly. What says America and freedom and respecting people who laid down their lives more than a barbecue?
family reunions.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
That's what I had this weekend, yeah.
It's weird, right? That we just, it's like, no, you know what they did? They lost their lives doing their job.
Yes, they did.
So that we don't have to do our job on this day.
Exactly, yeah.
See, like when I
Instagram
say,
post about it and then it's all good.
Yeah.
what I mean by Happy Memorial Day, like I just like to say, thank you to the troops who have served or are serving. I don't really say.
No. They get their own.
Yes.
They do get their own. That is very true.
This is not for the ones that are like still alive. Because I have family members who are like retired military, and they'll hit me up and they'll be like, hey, it's Memorial Day. And I'm like, not your day. You're still alive.
I got a few more years left.
You get Veterans Day. You do not get Memorial Day.
Park it till September, Grandpa.
Yeah. I will call you then, and we will discuss how important you are to this country. But until then, you go respect some people that died.
There you go.
I love you.
Yeah.
Good night.
That's just being a decent person,
Right.
you know?
Happy Memorial Day.
Right.
They're like, no, not Happy Memorial Day.
Yes. You can't really put a word next to it. It's just Memorial Day. You know?
That's true.
Nihilistic. That's the word you would put to it.
That's a word.
Have you guys ever gone to like the National Cemetery or anything like on a Memorial Day or
No, I
laid
haven't.
wreaths or anything? That's a big thing. Have you seen that?
Smoking wreaths.
No, not smoking wreaths. That's a different day. I believe that might be in April.
I think.
That's a month prior.
Yeah. No, they go and they get wreaths and put them on each of the gravestones every year for all of National Cemetery.
That's good.
And so, but you haven't done that. Some point you
No,
have
unfortunately, no. Yeah. Well, someday, I think.
to. Or
probably-
the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Have you done that?
I have not done that. I've heard of it, though.
I've
Okay.
heard of it.
It's a crazy story.
Yeah, no, that's so at some point you got to do that so that you look American. And
Definitely.
then you do it once and then you never do it again.
Yeah, and then you just wear your American flag tank top and it's all good. You just
Yeah.
rock on that.
Then you're like, America!
Rock, flag, and eagle.
I went out to West Virginia. I swear to God, we were out in West Virginia looking at some land and stuff out there. And we went to a Sheetz. You guys know what Sheetz is,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Went to a Sheetz to meet up with a realtor and stuff like that. Went in, got some snacks, went to pay for the snacks. I swear to God, the lady behind the counter had a name tag and it said America.
What?
And I said,
That's a lady.
I know. I said sheepishly, I was like, is your name America? And she said, no, it's Marika.
Oh,
And I was like,
I never thought
"Oh."
that'd be. I heard that in a show like some years ago, but I never thought I'd hear it like in real
Yeah.
time. Jeez.
Marika. And I was like, no,
You
it's
need
not.
to tell people that.
I was like, that's America.
That's like it's like some name tags just need like a warning sign, just like, hey, look, this is how you say it. Like, just read this and you'll be good.
Yeah.
It's
She
always
just-
awkward when you're like, oh wait, I totally like butchered your name. So that's like,
No.
Webster's name tags. We should make that a thing.
I mean, she's in the middle
Oh,
of
yeah.
West Virginia. She should totally have just an apostrophe right before that name. And just
yeah,
be
because
like,
you're not gonna remember that.
America. That's my name. So speaking of names, you guys are in a band called the Vibesmen,
Yes.
right? Which I'm assuming that I got it wrong. It has nothing to do with vibrators. Is that
No.
is that wrong?
Well, I mean, the sex shop was pretty close.
Okay,
Yeah,
it
it
was. And you guys actually have a pretty important show coming up Thursday, June 7th. It's called the Blestival.
Yes,
What's
it
a
is.
Blestival?
Blestival is an awesome outdoor music event that
Okay.
has some of the best reggae rock bands and
Groups.
musicians around the East Coast Maryland scene, which we are a part of, and we're happy to be that.
Yeah.
So,
So you're one of the best, is what you're
yeah,
saying.
we're one of the best, you know.
Yeah.
But then there's
No,
others,
good.
but we're in there
Yeah.
totally.
Totally top 5 or 6.
Yeah, forget everybody
10,
else, man.
At least we're at least in the tens, I think. I think we made it that far.
Yeah, somewhere in the 50.
Yeah.
Top 50.
Yeah.
But
top
the
50
other
is fair.
60 and 70 are going to be there, and
You're one of the best bands booked at this festival.
I think so. I think there's a lot of best. There's a lot. The best of the best is going to be at this festival, pretty much. So it's happening from June 7th to the 11th. It's an awesome outdoor music event. People are awesome there.
And then-
Always a good time.
And then get a ticket for the whole thing and see all of
Yes.
the bands, I
Yeah.
assume.
You can. I think there's
You
still
can get
some.
them at the gates for $40.
Okay.
I
Yes.
believe.
Yeah.
And you guys are actually playing on Thursday, the 7th,
Yes.
right?
Yes, we are.
So make sure you guys, everyone go early. Make sure you catch you guys.
Get the first day. Get your whole weekend on, and it's gonna be all good.
Yeah. And it's in Fairplay, Maryland, which you said is not near anything.
No.
Is
It's
that
far
right?
out there.
It's a little out
Very
there.
far.
So if you want to get away, you already went to the beach for Memorial Day weekend, and you're like, I don't want to be here in the city, but I hate the sand now. You're in luck.
There's
'Cause-
no sand here.
Yeah.
I don't know about imitation sand or whatever, but I can guarantee you there is no natural sand at this place. It is grass and trees and
Farmland,
hills.
yeah.
Yes, and bonfires and good
Trailers.
vibes.
Nice. All right. And those are the vibes that you guys are referring to, I assume.
Yes.
Good vibesmen.
Yes.
Exactly.
And if people want to learn more about this show or any of the music that you guys have coming out, they can go to vibesmentribeofficial.com.
Yes.
Now that seems very long. You Vibesman Tribe. There's no way that was taken, right?
We were thinking ahead. It's like if we're setting ourselves up for success is what it is. So once we
okay.
get big, people are going to be like, oh, we'll have Vibesman Tribe, 1 or 2 or 3, but we're the official. So anyone else who wants to have that name, they're going to have to talk to us, and we're going to have a conversation.
That makes sense.
It's just setting us up for future endeavors.
For just fame and fortune.
yes, high hopes and hard work.
And
That's what
we also have a track of yours that you guys brought. We're going to play a little of that later in the show. It's called Yours and Mine. If people are interested in hearing the entire track right now, you can pause the show, go to the 1 hour mark, listen to it. We won't talk over it or anything, and come back and join us here. And that's that's a brand new single that just came out recently, right?
Yes.
When did that drop?
That dropped on Saturday, May
26.
26th.
Has it been on the radio yet?
It
Yes.
has been in rotation on Ocean 98.
Oh, it has. Okay. Has it been on a podcast yet?
No, it hasn't.
So this
yeah.
is the
This
world
is the
podcast premiere.
The podcast premiere.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. It was on Delmarva Music Radio right before it premiered.
Right. Okay.
What?
Yeah,
Sorry.
that was the day before.
Sorry, Keith.
Oh
Sorry.
man, guys.
You get the second though. Silver is still profitable.
It's
Remember
sloppy,
that.
sloppy seconds of your single. This is not good.
I'm sorry about that, man.
I mean, sloppy seconds are better than
Nothing at all.
nothing at all.
Right.
Or I mean, if you're looking at it from like an optimistic
Or disturbing
kind of way.
thirds, I guess is what you'd
Yeah,
call that.
no, it's
Probably.
you're gonna have a good time with this. I still feel like you know the third is just like why even bother, but the
Right.
second there's still hope. I
Right.
think.
Yeah. It's like stirring a big gulp with a straw.
I thought the third time was the charm.
Is it?
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
so.
Third
It's
time is the
2018.
charm.
Everything's upside down. So I think we gotta accommodate to that.
So this single is coming from a brand new album that's going to be coming out hopefully in July.
Yes.
Called Endless. So this is your first single from that as well.
This is our actually second single.
Oh, second single.
Mhm,
Oh,
second
okay.
single.
So again, if anybody wants to hear more about shows that you guys coming out, you have a very busy June.
Yes, we do.
Or want to keep tabs on Endless coming out in July, go up to vibesmentribeofficial.com. And remember, you can fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show to listen to that track in its entirety.
Who else does that?
Yeah, exactly. We are looking out for you. In the meantime, if you do fast forward, you can come back to this point and join us for the weather report. Guys, this is where we're going to put you in a brand new set of shoes. We're gonna dress you up in a suit. You're gonna be corporate fodder at this point. You're going to be the media moguls of a brand new media empire, the editor-in-chiefs of a publication about to hit the stands hot. So I'm gonna pitch you some news.
I think it just made Jesse a little wet.
Yeah, that's what he always wanted.
He's
huh?
ready
Yeah.
for this.
All right, good. We'll make you the lead then. You guys, you
Oh,
can
God.
discuss.
He's the final decision, is what
Yeah.
it is.
So I'm going to pitch you guys some news articles I found on the internet that I think really have legs. And you guys are going to decide whether or not they're news and whether or not they're going to make it into your publication. Remember, at the end of this, I know you guys are creative. We're going to need to have an impactful name, something that people can go to the newsstands, look for to pick up the copy, because obviously they're going to want one.
There you go.
Right? So without further ado, let's move on with our first story. The U.S. Postal Service is issuing scratch and sniff stamps.
Oh, that's a.
I know what you're thinking. How is this not already a thing?
I know, yeah. It's like
Right?
you see the picture, you already kind of get a sense of like what it's like to be in there. I think.
I
or
feel
at
like
least-
that's something you get on like the back of a Trix box.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I feel like that's something that you could get as a kid.
Like these stamps, the stickers came out like what in like the 80s or
Yeah.
something. I remember when I was a kid, we had scratch and sniff stickers and they were awesome. Stamps never followed. I can't even understand this. I figured adults had their versions already, and I assume I don't know what versions they had, but I guess
You know, it could also be a good way of getting people. You know, if they huff glue, you know, they could just like take a little bit of that. There could be like
Yeah.
some like underground stuff going on for that.
Right.
And it's like smaller quantity or smaller portions, so you can like transport it easily and you know
Right.
that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
you know.
you could make stamps that are cocaine.
Exactly. Yeah. You can have cocaine.
This
you can
smells
have,
really
like-
good. I really like this stamp. The way
Start
it
putting
smells.
it in your gums.
This is awesome. I haven't slept in a week, but I've sent 10,000 letters.
Give me some stamps.
The U.S. Postal Service announced Monday that it will soon issue the first scratch and sniff stamps. The stamps feature illustrations of ice pops. The agency said the stamps will add the sweet scent of summer to letters. Now, here's the question, right? Can we custom order these? Because I know some people that I would like to send letters to with stamps that smell like dog butts.
Oh, yeah.
If I can custom make these, I'd be like, you never paid me my money, bitch. And then
Yeah.
like dog butt stamp.
That's like eviction notices and like
Yeah.
like welfare checks or something like that. Like whatever else.
I mean, that would be very popular, I think, if we had a dog butts one.
It's revolutionary.
The question
so.
is would that dog butt sent, would that also count as a forwarding address if I'm sending the letter to a dog? Because the dog would be like, I know where that's supposed to go. I know that butt. I've smelt that butt before. That's down the block.
It's revolutionary, man. Honestly, I think we're on some cutting edge stuff right here.
These are questions we need answered. Also, we need to know, when the hell are lick and taste stamps coming out?
Oh yeah, 'cause
Right?
you get, like chocolate cake and
You're right.
like,
Yeah, put
sirloin.
that on there. That was actually really pleasant because right now they're all just glue flavored.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's not gonna be a good taste,
Right.
but you know.
They're like, that doesn't taste like a wrinkly tongue. Like that's, nah.
I definitely think the smell should come before the taste.
Yeah.
Stamps. Definitely.
Well, it is. Yeah, they're definitely coming out sooner, but hopefully we'll have the lick stamps that are like,
Yeah.
oh, that's very
A
nice.
smell with no taste is no smell at all, in my opinion.
That's true.
That's
Very true.
Unless it's
I
like
think Nietzsche
Scotch
said that.
Scotch bonnet pepper like stamps. Then you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
you don't need like the smell at that point. You just go, ow! Why did I do that? It had a picture of a pepper on it. All right, so it is a brand new revelation when it comes to stamps, but is it news?
I mean, it's revolutionary. I think
It's
going in
revolutionary,
there.
but I don't believe it's front page news.
Okay, does it make it in the publication at all?
It makes it in the publication, yes. It probably makes it to the jump page, which is usually the third page in a
Okay.
newspaper.
Or what you could do is just, if you did have it front page news, you could add a scratch and sniff stamp and send it to people that way.
Ooh.
That is very true.
And you just be like, right up here, just look at this thing. That's a scratch and sniff stamp right
Need
there.
like a free sample in there of just
Yeah.
like, you know, like some magazines have cologne like samples like that. You got like the
There you
postage
go.
stamps samples.
Yeah, it's a
It's
giveaway.
cutting edge, dude. I'm saying.
So it's in, you're saying?
It's in, but
All
it's
right.
not front page.
All right, fair enough. We'll move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Instincts.
I lost $1 once. It was devastating, right? I was like, oh, I had the,
First
where
one's
did
always the worst.
that $1. I lost my car keys once. That was really embarrassing. This happened to you guys, right? And you're like, oh, I had my key. I can't get into my car now, right? Deutsche Bank, which is Germany's largest bank, their stock is down 7% after it was revealed that its electronic system wrongfully inputted euros instead of yen, transferring the equivalent of $35 billion rather than $291 million. For those that aren't good at math,
Yeah, I was
that
gonna
works
say, you gotta
out.
repeat that a little bit.
That works out to 120 times more than they were supposed to transfer, meaning they lost like $34 billion.
That's a big number.
That's going to be hard to find in couch cushions. I'm just saying.
Yes.
So what's particularly unnerving about this is that this is not the first time that it happened to the bank. See, in March of 2014, the giant lenders suffered the same gaffe after sending 21 billion euros to Marquette Group as collateral for derivatives trades. Their market cap, I don't know if you guys know what market cap means. That's like the amount of money that they can make, like the amount of market they're available to,
Okay.
is only like 28 billion, I think. So
Jeez.
they actually lost more money than they have access to.
Yeah.
Now,
wow.
it probably won't actually be detrimental because they can just pull back that transfer. But to imagine that happened,
That's a big owie.
yeah,
That's
that
big,
somebody
very
pushed a
big.
button and was like, "Oh, this is good. We're worthless now." So,
Exactly.
so big gaff. Is it news?
That's big news. Yes.
Yeah, big news.
Yes.
All right. So you guys agree?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All
That's
right.
that's borderline like front page.
I think that's definitely front page.
Front
This is
page.
a
my
big
opinion,
number.
yes.
So
whoa,
it's-
whoa, whoa! We haven't heard all the stories yet.
That's true.
Don't
we
get
will
ahead
keep
of
it-
yourself.
Hey, we don't know how big the front page is going to be. It could be all front page.
2 headlines. Who doesn't do that?
Yeah. It's just an entire
Two
page.
headlines.
It's just all front page. It's a poster.
Yeah.
Everything's front page.
The
All
Johnson.
folded up. You gotta like unfold it to get the more stories and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's more difficult than a real newspaper.
All right, so that made it in. We got a front page already. This is good. We're doing well, guys. I got a good feeling about this.
It's coming together.
Yeah. In the latest episode of Why You Shouldn't Film Stuff and Put It on the Internet,
Love that show.
yes, a video posted on social media in January by Discovery Wildlife Park in Innisfail, Alberta, showed a 1-year-old captive bear named Berkeley leaning out of the truck's window and being hand-fed ice cream by the owner of a local Dairy Queen.
Ooh.
Apparently, it is illegal to have a bear in your Explorer. Yeah, you're not allowed to just take bears out of the
There's
zoo.
so much room for it. I don't understand why they would like of all people of all
Yeah.
vehicles.
looking for
Yeah.
a pick and lick a basket.
Yeah, there you go.
So I don't know how the person who was tending to this bear didn't know that you're not allowed to just remove bears out of zoos and drive them around town. Here are the two questions I have that I think are outstanding in this particular story. First, why would you believe someone who's in your drive-thru who has a bear in their car when they say, don't worry, it's perfectly safe to feed ice cream to this bear with your hand? Because I'd be like, you can do it. I'm going to stay in here in the Dairy Queen and watch you die.
There you go.
Because all that has to happen is that bear wants more ice cream that I'm holding.
And then it all just
all spirals out of control. Second, which I think is equally important, did the manager, the owner of the Dairy Queen, turn the blizzard upside down before feeding it to the bear? Because that's a very important step.
That's, I think, what the trigger is. Like, after that, it's just you're over.
Right,
it's
because
done.
if you don't do that, then the blizzard's free. I'm just saying. Right?
Yeah,
So,
that
I just want to know what kind of blizzard, what kind of ice cream they were feeding the bear. That's what I want to know.
That is a good question. It didn't say.
That's
Bear.
They don't
Rumor.
have salmon ice cream yet, I don't think. So
They
Yeah.
could have gave it the new cotton candy blizzard, which is my personal favorite.
Is it?
Yes,
There's a
it
cotton
is.
candy blizzard. I didn't even know. I would think it would
They're
just
delicious.
melt immediately. Like anytime it touches anything that's liquid, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was bear claw. It was flavored after a bear claw.
Moose tracks.
Moose tracks. It would like that, right? Because it's
I
basically,
would think so.
or it would try to chase it. There's a moose down there. I see the tracks. But yeah, so probably not the best thing to do, removing animals that can kill you from a zoo. Is it news?
Well, to me, I think that could be a detail in the story saying that a bear was taken from the zoo.
Yeah.
So
It wasn't stolen from the zoo. They had permission because they were the handler for the bear. It just maybe wasn't the best decision.
So maybe it's a mental health issue.
Right. At least a poor decision making. That don't give that person a scratch and sniff
no,
sticker.
he doesn't get one.
They'll eat it.
I personally don't believe that's news.
Not news. Okay.
don't
We're
think so.
passing on that. First one. All right. Fair enough. Moving on. Mussels off the coast of Seattle test positive for opioids. Now, this wouldn't be surprising if it came to the mussels that you would see on Venice Beach. If those tested positive for opioids, we'd be like, yeah, of course.
That's a given. Yes.
But apparently, these are actually shellfish being tested for the drug. When you take opioids, apparently, a trace of that comes out in your pee. That's how they can test for it, right? And then your pee is flushed down the toilet. That goes out into the ocean, and then or a bay or a Puget Sound.
And they just eat all that up?
Yeah, or whatever. And then the things that live in the water soak in your junky pee.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
and apparently there's so much opioid trace in Seattle that mussels are coming back with testable amounts of drugs in their muscles. Yes.
now I know
in
where
their
the
muscle
Legion of Boom
muscles.
gets their name.
Yeah, in their muscles. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Didn't know mussels had muscles, but that's what they are.
I wonder
They're
if that
muscle
was
muscles.
like if that was Kanye's pee. Maybe that's what did it to him. Like, it was like it got him in the wrong area at the wrong time.
Or was it in his where was he recording? Oregon?
Oh yeah, so maybe
Secluded Oregon. I
Yeah.
think
That might be it.
that might be it.
it could have made its way there. How would we know?
Here's what I'm surprised is that the mollusks were all getting high and not just there wasn't just one bogarting it for himself because he's shellfish. The
I wonder
people
if
on
they're like aware of all those puns that we say about them.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
You think so?
I don't know. Definitely all the people on opioids right now are like,
Well,
yeah, that was really funny. I'm on opioids.
We got that crowd down.
Yeah, nailed it for them. So yes, mussels showing opioids. Is it news?
This is news.
Yeah,
This
okay,
is
we've
news.
made it.
Hear
Excellent.
about people having
Because this-
opioids, but never like shellfish.
If they don't do anything about it, the people are going to eat the mussels, and then
Be happy.
they'll be happy, but they'll trace positive for.
Right.
you could ruin
And
someone's
the,
life with
the
that.
cycle
Opioids.
continues.
That was like a Seinfeld episode, right?
The circle of drugs.
That was about poppy seeds.
Yes.
Seinfeld, yeah.
All right, so excellent. So that makes it in.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's see what else we've got here. This one's a little disturbing. If you're under the age of 40, you may want to turn off the podcast right now. And
I'm under 40.
Yeah, we're all like,
What do I do?
because this is not appropriate for anyone.
Oh, all right.
And if you're over 40, that's fine. You're old. You've got nothing to live for. So, yeah. I'm going to say 2 words that will actually strike fear into all of your hearts. Have you guys heard of coconut milk?
Yeah.
Have you heard of almond milk?
Yes.
Cashew milk?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like soy milk. There's like goat milk, sheep milk, cow's
There's
milk.
oat
milks.
milk now.
Yeah.
OAT milk. Yeah, I'm a barista,
Oat
so I work
milk.
with that sometimes. Yeah.
I saw one that was called nutritious pea milk.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, that's just
I
a
can't
really
wait for Starbucks to hop on that, honestly.
I was like-
that's gonna be interesting.
I was like, that's a bad name. Even if it's honest.
Yeah, like no matter how healthy it is, it's just like you gotta leave the word pea out of it.
Yeah.
Like,
Would you like to drink some of this pea milk? No. But it does come in chocolate, which is, that can't be that bad, right? So here's a new one, everybody. Quick show of hands. Who would drink cockroach milk? Oh, no hands. There's no
just
hands.
a big
No
a
hands.
big breath of
Wait, is that a real thing?
Yeah, so experts call insect dairy the next superfood. What?
Are they like big enough to even like have milk inside of them? That's what I want to know.
I wonder
that's
if you
the
have to
thing.
squeeze them like a.
One
That's the
squeeze and it's
thing.
done, I think.
I'm not fooled when it comes to like soy milk, coconut milk and almond milk, right? Like you're not getting me on that because none of those have nipples, right?
Yeah, no,
Right.
it's surface
So
level.
what you're doing is you're just crushing them, right?
Basically.
I couldn't find an exact like definition of what cockroach milk was. Apparently, it comes from milk crystals. I don't know where those are found. I don't know if they're finding those crystals in the cockroach's nipples, which means
Cockroaches have nipples?
that they're finding cockroach nipples. I don't know where those are.
I mean, they do now.
Yeah, or they're just squashing the cockroaches like almonds and being like cockroach milk.
It's like, well, I mean, we stomp like cockroaches all the time. We never see like any milk come out of it. It doesn't look like milk. at
Unless
least.
it's like brown.
yeah, or like
Then
Yeah, so I'm not sure which of those are. I'm probably going to need to know before I try cockroach milk if it's coming from cockroach nipples or it's nope. You know what? I don't know who I'm kidding.
if it's not cockroach nipples, it's just no, we're not trying that.
It doesn't matter. I'm not fucking drinking cockroach milk. You could say this cockroach milk came from a cow, and I'd be like, I'm good, thanks.
Dude, I had a hard time eating a lollipop that had a bee in the middle of the side. Or no, it was like an ant or something.
Yeah.
I've seen some lollipops like in the Smithsonian
The
that'll have like
scorpions,
some
yeah.
insects and stuff inside of it.
worms.
I just look at that and I go, nope.
No, not doing that.
It's not worth it in the end. It's
Yeah.
really not.
Yeah, apparently it has it's way more nutritious than cow milk. It's like 5 times more nutritious, and I mean it's probably at least 5 times harder to get because you got to like just the
you
little
gotta
nipples
squeeze.
and tweezers on them. I don't know.
Those
how
are like
that works.
extra small tweezers.
Yeah.
Like,
So, but
CVS ain't got
it could
that.
be the future of nutrition as we need, we have a larger population. We have to feed more people and get calories to them. So is it news?
I think this is news.
Absolutely.
Oh my
anything
goodness.
that's
I think
gonna
that is definitely news.
anything that's gonna help people is news, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then somebody could write an opinion piece like, "Don't drink this milk."
Yeah.
Don't.
It's,
Oh my
it doesn't.
God.
Plot twist: it doesn't come from cockroaches.
I think
What's the worse? Where could it come from that's worse?
It could come from a different insect.
Is there an insect that you hate more than cockroaches?
Oh, those little centipede things.
Because
that-
if it's spider milk, I would be more likely to drink that. I'd be like, I might get superpowers.
I don't think
Yeah,
spiders.
right?
Well, that is a good point.
I'm just saying,
That
right?
is a very good point.
Ant milk. I don't think I'm as.
but spiders aren't insects.
That's true, but I'm just saying in general. If you're looking at creepy crawly things, is there something that's worse than a cockroach to
There
drink
are these
milk?
things that I see that are like little like worms, but they have a million little legs. They're almost like a little centipede,
Like
but
I
with
said, the millipede
the
ones.
millipedes. Yeah.
I wouldn't have a problem. Centipede. I'd have more problem with because they have the big crazy legs.
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
those are terrible. How about scorpion milk? Would you drink scorpion milk?
It's a sound
Dangerous.
badass, yes. Yeah, like, that's just
I feel like if it gave you powers, yeah, I'd probably drink it. You turn into the Scorpion King.
All right,
Yeah,
so
something
you're
like
in. All right, we're running short on time, so I'm going to do some kind of quick fire ones.
Okay.
You're welcome to ask questions, but I'm just going to kind of throw out the headline, say yes or no, or if you have questions, I'll try to answer them if I know. Publix, which is a grocery store chain, won't write summa cum laude on a graduation cake due to profanity, a South Carolina family says.
Summa cum laude? Is that what it?
Summa cum laude.
Summa.
SUMMA space CUM space LAUDE.
That's news.
Yeah.
Summa
that's
cum
news.
laude.
Have you guys ever had Latin before?
Yeah. They were like, we don't make those kind of cakes here.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like one, like, for people who work in food service, like everyone who wants to say no to those like ridiculously long like orders and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's standing up for him, being like, you know what, enough is enough. Like, got to get someone else on this.
Yeah. All right. So that's in.
That's news.
That's in.
That's I'm guessing the person who refused that didn't graduate summa cum laude.
That's
I'm just gonna go out on a limb there.
He just
That's-
starts thinking about his life, and he's like, I'm mad at myself now. I didn't graduate.
Give unto Caesar that which belongs to Caesar.
Right. They're like, if you want that cake, you're gonna have to go to the sex shop the Vibesmen came from.
24/7, baby.
All right, quote unquote, bowl food is a hot new trend where you eat food out of a bowl. That's right.
that-
No
done that.
shit.
Is that really
Bowl
news?
food. Yeah, it's a
That
new,
is not news.
new culinary trend.
That is so stupid.
Bowl
I don't
food,
know why
the
anyone
quote
would
is-
consider that news.
Bowl food is larger than a canapé and about the quarter size of a main course. It's served in a miniature or hand-sized bowls and comes ready to eat with a small fork.
This publication must not have any other better stories to write about.
Yeah, no, I think it's important. It's a trend. We want to
That's
be
not
ahead of the
news.
trend, right? Or what we could do is
we
We've
could just
already
let it
been in the
die.
trend for as long as I can remember.
yeah, or we could. I believe we also have a word for that uppity douchebags apparently don't want to use, and that's called appetizers.
Oh.
But
Appetizers are the best thing. I don't know
Yeah.
what
Well,
those people eat.
they just put it in a bowl, and now it's
They eat cockroach
bowl
milk.
food.
Yeah,
That's where the cockroach
Bowl.
milk goes in those bowls.
that's not news.
Not news. Ah, I
news.
missed.
Get away with your bowl food.
All right, last but not least. Knives are too sharp, and filing them down is a solution for soaring violent crime, judge says. Yeah.
I don't think knives are the issue.
No, that's not. No. I
What are you
don't
talking about? They're very sharp.
Yes, but
Latest figures show that stabbing deaths among teenagers and young adults in the UK have reached the highest level for 8 years, and knife crime overall rose 22% in 2017.
oh, this was the UK. Okay.
British teens are rarely. So basically, what they're saying is that most of these they're finding they're raiding their mom's like culinary drawers for chef's knives, which are very pointy. And the judge says, "Do you really need like a 7-inch chef knife with a pointy end to it to do
Because
like
you're usually
cutting
just
at
using the
home?"
middle. Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, if you're like a fishmonger, sure. Like if you're a professional chef, absolutely. But for home use, if we just got the companies to just dull those points, and they said that most like injury happens from stabbing, not from slicing. So if they dull the points, it's not so stabby. And I guess you'd put like a tennis ball on the end. I don't know how you'd prevent it, because no matter how dull something is, if you push it hard enough, it goes in. So,
In that
That's
case,
what
I believe it's news.
yeah. So they want to. What he said is, let's get all the manufacturers to just dull the knives, and that way they won't hurt anybody. Yeah, which is
I think
kind of
so.
like
It's helping.
in America, where we say like, we take the guns and we make them shorter, and then that way
Yeah.
people won't
And
hurt
then we
each
fix
other.
the
with them.
problem.
See,
Yeah.
I thought this was in the US. I didn't know it was the UK, so that's why I was like confused at first. But yeah,
Yeah.
if this is the UK and it's like a big problem, then yes, I believe that that's helping people. So it's news.
Yeah, that is news. So that's where we're headed, everybody. Just so you know, first we will get rid of every gun, because that's what they've done. Then we'll dull all the knives, and then we'll make all the rocks soft, and it'll just slowly. We'll
We'll wear
keep finding
swimming
things.
vests to work, and we'll have slippers on our feet all the time.
Yeah,
and,
exactly. We'll make all glass unbreakable, so that you can't have
all
sharp
glass
bits.
will be plastic.
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. So that's in. You said.
Yes.
Excellent. that is the last one I have. So it looks like we did pretty good. We've got new stamps. We've got missing money. We have a bear, right? I think the bear made it in.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
the
yeah,
bear. We have mussels off the coast of Seattle.
That's in.
Yeah. Cockroach milk.
That's
Mhm.
in.
We've got summa cum laude. We've got knives are too sharp, but we skipped over bowl food.
Yes. Bowl
What are we
food.
going to name this publication so people know what to expect when they are turning the pages of this incredible publication? Guys, you had all segment to think about it.
I think we should call it the Vibe Weekly.
The
Because
Vibe Weekly.
The Vibe Weekly.
You guys good with that, or do you have
Because
an
the
alternate?
Vibesmen are the editors in chief,
That's true.
and we put out the vibe.
And
Yeah.
we also need to promote our band more, so we'll take anything we can get.
All right, I like it. That's
So there we go.
self-serving. There's nothing wrong. So we're going with the what was it? The
Vibe Weekly.
Vibe Weekly.
You'll hear
I
everything
believe
besides Whole Foods.
there's already a magazine called Vibe, so that
Probably.
you might get into legal issues with that, but we'll
Well, okay, the Vibe Weekly official. That's what it is. Official. That's what you can't go wrong with official.
Yeah.
Official is the last say. Everyone else has to refer to us.
So speaking of official, we have the Vibesmen official here in studio. We have Danny, Jess, and Nick. What do you guys do in the bands? Danny, what do you do?
I play lead electric guitar.
All right, excellent.
Never
And-
an acoustic.
No. Ooh.
Almost never.
Jesse, how about you?
I play bass in the band.
Nice. And Nick, how about yourself?
I'm the lead singer.
Of course you are.
That's
the
me.
lead singer. We're going to pull back the curtain a little bit because when we went to start the show, the lead singer was like, can I get a little more me in my ears? I just need
Yeah.
my headphones. I just need more of me, less of everybody
Such
else.
a diva.
Yeah.
God.
It's me.
So
I got my preferences.
excellent. And we're missing two guys. Obviously, there's a drummer and I assume either an
Second
acoustic
guitar
or rhythm
player.
guitarist.
There's a rhythm guitarist named Drew Creed and a drummer named Jimmy Cropper.
Hi, Drew and
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Well, we're sorry we couldn't have you this time.
Drew's leads are really good too, by the way.
Nice.
Just saying.
All right, but not as good as yours.
I would say different.
Different, like where they're worse and yours is better. Like that's where it differs.
Our styles sound very different, so
Right.
it adds a lot to the sound.
His style's more like shitty, and then yours is like awesome. Is that the
That's me. That's my role in the band is to be shitty.
the bass leads are not
Yes.
that good?
Yes, they're terrible.
So you guys are playing Thursday, June 7th, I assume with the whole band, right?
Yes.
Jesse and everybody will be there. And that's called the Blestival in Fairplay, Maryland. Big festival you guys are going to be doing. You're playing on Thursday. VibesmanTribeOfficial.com. You can get all the information and everything. And then you guys brought a track to us that you guys called Yours and Mine. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
I'm gonna leave that up to these two.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
passing the buck.
Yeah, so this was written about a fun time we had in Assateague Island.
Okay.
While we were recording.
Is that one that has ponies? I feel like
yes.
that has ponies on it.
Yes,
Yeah.
we went specifically for the ponies.
Nice.
We're pony
Your
enthusiasts.
ponies and my ponies.
Yes, that's essentially what it is. But
They started as your ponies. Now they're my ponies, and we're going to Dairy Queen to give them ice cream.
everybody has ponies. Everyone has ice cream. Everybody is okay in this song. But yeah, we were just having a late night of partying
Sure.
for the summertime, and
As you do.
we eventually gathered around a campfire and started playing some acoustic guitars. Danny actually had one too, believe it or not.
He doesn't even know what that is.
No, he did. It took a while for him to catch on, but eventually we came up with a little riff, which is in the song.
He calls that a mechanical electric guitar.
Yes, exactly. He was very persistent on that. It's not a full acoustic guitar
Right.
with Danny Cruz, but
It is a guitar and amplifier in one.
there's electricity going through it. I'll tell you that much. How about that?
True.
But, yes, but yeah. So we wrote that. I started singing along with something. And
Nice.
Then
It just kind of came together around the campfire.
yeah. Eventually, we we came back home and we were like, oh, what was that one thing that we wrote? And we recorded on our phones, and then we brought it to practice. We were like, all right,
Nice.
let's try to get some drums in it and some bass and all that kind of stuff. And it eventually came to what we have for you today.
And that's the latest single you have out from your upcoming album, Endless, which is coming out in July.
Yes.
All right, sounds good. So let's take a listen. This is the track Yours and Mine from the Vibesmen.
the waves collide. I'm on a new kind of high and I'm set to fly. I'm in the mirror and I'm smiling without trying. Rather die with the vibe than try to make it out alive.
So you guys have almost a little bit of a, you got some reggae feel in there in terms of how the vocals are flowing out.
Right.
Obviously some rock going on, right?
That's right.
Do you guys feel like you're kind of a jam band as well? I hear a little of that. Do you fit into that genre at all?
We fit into the genre that doesn't have a genre. I
Okay,
think.
just a
Yeah.
little of everything.
Yeah. We don't like to label ourselves as one band necessarily. We just kind of label ourselves as the Vibesmen,
Right.
and whatever the music is just comes to us along the way.
Gotcha. Okay, so you would say that this particular track isn't really like a sample of what is in the rest of the album. It changes a lot. Is what
Oh,
you're
yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
There are definitely a couple other jammy stuff that we've put on the album.
Okay.
We freestyled for a little bit on the album, which was really cool. It's a new experience that we did that we didn't put on the first album.
Yeah.
But this one sort of had a more straightforward song structure. I had a lot of Zeppelin influence that I put into that song.
Nice.
And it's the only song on the album that I've recorded pretty much all the guitar to. I think Jesse recorded maybe a little bit during the bridge, but other than that, that's all me. I wanted to get a very Jimmy Page sounding tone, like early Zeppelin feel.
Very cool.
Just
So
say it's not only us too, but our producers too. The guys in higher education are producing and recording the album for us. And
is
they
that
helped
where
us.
did you record?
Yeah, we recorded at Higher Education Studios in College Park.
Okay.
And they've been really great to us. They've been helping us, bring these songs to life and bettering these songs and helping us become better musicians and better thinkers.
It's a real experience going in and actually making an album. Like
It is.
being able to hear yourselves back. It's very different than doing a great live show.
Yeah, there's a lot more to like think about with like an album, whereas like on stage you just kind of don't have time to think. You just kind of gotta go and hope
live,
for the best.
Live is more about energy. Studio is more about kind of getting everything tight and precise.
Especially with this album, with Higher Ed's help, of course, we've been able to pay a lot more attention to detail.
Yeah.
With this one, there's just a lot more, listens we're going through and a lot more notes that we're taking and a lot more that we want to do pretty much with this album than we did with the first one.
So you have an entire album coming out in July called Endless. I assume all that is recorded in the same place.
Yes, it's all at Higher Education Studios.
And people can find out more at VibesmenTribeOfficial.com.
There you go.
Thursday, June 7th, you'll be playing this tune along with others at Blestival in Fairplay, Maryland. More importantly, if you want to hear the entire track, you can pause it right here, fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show, listen to it in entirety, and then come back and join us for a little section we like to call Please God, Just Get One Right. So this is a game show. Our guest from last week, Jason Mendelson, I should say, he had to do this as well. He had a topic that was given to him. And then he, in order to spread that wealth and pain and suffering, has given you a topic that now you're going to have to try and guess at least one of 6 trivia questions correctly about. Are you ready for your topic?
Yes.
Excellent. So the topic for today, which was brought to us by Jason Mendelson, I have to say that right. Mendelson. Is virtual reality. How do you guys feel?
Good.
Yeah, you feel good about it?
Yeah, I think so. It's not
These aren't going to be easy, but yeah, if you feel like you might have a shot at it, that's all you need because you just need one.
we got
should
high
try
hopes.
something.
Let's do it.
All right. Jaron Lanier, founder of Visual Programming Lab, VLP, coined, or according to some popularized, the term virtual reality in what year? It's
I
a
feel like
tough
I learned
one.
about this in high school.
Yeah, it's a
Give me
tough
second.
one.
I'm going to say 1986.
1986. Is that your final answer?
It's definitely 80s. I'm feeling. I'll say 1986 too. Let's go with that.
So close. 1987. Oh, right there.
God.
Damn it,
You're
Jesse!
right there.
Come on!
I was
Yeah.
thinking 86 or 88. I wasn't thinking 87.
You were jumping over it.
I was jumping.
Oh man, you had it in your head though. That was the right era. So
Okay.
So loosely off of Jaron Lanier, like his work in the lab, What 1992 film tells the tale of a research scientist who uses a VR system to jumpstart the mental and physical development of his mentally handicapped gardener?
The Lawnmower Man.
That's right. Nailed it.
This guy knows movies.
Oh.
Jesse Johnson knows movies.
Well done. So you got one already.
All right.
You're out of the woods. This is all just gravy at this point. I had a feeling this
gravy.
might be that might be one of the ones that got caught. All right. The Viewmaster was patented in 1939. It was used for virtual tourism. It worked on the principle that the brain processes the same two-dimensional images from each eye into a single object that's 3 dimensions. What kind of instrument is it? What is it called in a generic term? The Viewmaster. You might remember it like had the little wheel and you could like look at ET or any of those different things. But what is the technical term for what the Viewmaster is?
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No,
Bring
it is
it
not.
back.
Anyone? It's okay if you don't know. You can just say mayonnaise.
I'm going to say mayonnaise. I
Mayonnaise.
No, it's a stereoscope.
don't know. Okay.
Stereoscope.
So that was close. Like,
It was
we're
basically
in the ballpark, I think.
basically mayonnaise.
Okay.
All right, what video game company introduced their VR headset in 1993 at the Consumer Electronics Show, so CES? The product never went to market due to the technical difficulties, and it was a huge flop. But it was originally introduced in 1993 at the Consumer Electronics Show.
It's from Nintendo, right?
I mean, you can't.
I'm gonna
That's
say
a question,
Atari.
not an answer. Okay.
Oh,
Any final?
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm going to go Nintendo.
No.
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Oh.
How bad.
No, the now defunct Sega.
So close.
They had it. Yeah,
Jeez.
they had the like goggle thing you could put on, and it was like in the news, and then just never came out because
Wow.
apparently it's terrible.
It was terrible.
But Nintendo was a good guess. That
thought
was good because they had the Virtual Boy. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Uh-huh.
Yeah, the Virtual Boy came out, but it was terrible because everything was black and red, which is nothing like reality.
No.
So that was nobody.
It's a lot more beige.
Yeah.
than anything. And then-
Exactly. So
Beige.
That's what reality was like in the 60s.
yeah. All right. So here's another one that you guys might have a shot on. What band had a song that hit #1 in Iceland, Italy, and UK in 1996, but only reached 34, as high as 34 in the US, featuring the lyrics, and now it's virtual insanity. Forget your virtual reality. Oh, there's nothing so bad. I know. Yeah.
I don't know how you say it, but is it Jamiroquai? Jamiroquai or something?
I'll give it to you. I believe it's Jamiroquai.
Jamiroquai.
Oh my God.
That's what it is.
But I see where you were going with it. So
I
yes.
can never pronounce that name right.
So you got the second one. That's 2 right, guys.
Right.
Holy crap.
Nicely done.
Jamiroquai.
How do you know that?
Jamiroquai.
I listened to that song. I knew exactly. As
Now
soon as
there
you
is
said
no sound.
as soon as
and
you
we
said
all
in-
live underground.
number
Yep.
1, I was like,
It's
I
called
already know.
Virtual Insanity.
I was thinking
That's-
Wham. I don't know why I thought it was that.
They had a super popular video. Remember, it was a guy in a room, and all of the stuff in the room was moving around, and he was dancing. But like the sofa would move over to like the other side of the room,
Okay,
and he
that
was
sounds
doing like his
familiar.
moonwalky thing. So it was really trippy, and there was like spots where he would like stand still, and he
Yeah.
would move, and then like there was like I think an end table that would go somewhere and stuff like that. You guys don't remember this? Oh, it was a great video. Okay, well you're young. So
Yep.
all right, what 2011 Ernest Cline novel is about a virtual reality system called The Oasis that people use to escape from the grim reality of a dying Earth in 2045?
Ready Player One.
That's right.
Wow.
It's like you don't have a band. It's just you.
Yeah.
You
I saw the movie, and the movie was great.
of this band, you are easily
The
cum
less
laude.
stoned.
That
Yeah,
also
that too.
probably true. But
Jeez.
yeah,
Calling me out on that.
yeah.
There's no
dang
shame in
it.
that. You're getting the answers right, so that's something to
Yeah.
be proud about.
Yeah,
You're
we're
the
both kind of
su-
ripping on you, so you just got to take it.
You're the summa cum laude of this band, I think.
Very much so.
Yeah, we would make you a cake if we could get them to put that on there.
Okay.
So excellent, you guys won.
Yay!
So here's the news. So we used to have Uncle Archie's Box of Fun. If you listen to previous episodes, we ran out of all of the prizes that were in that because people did so well. So we had to get new prizes.
Oh.
You guys are in luck. Oh, I forgot to bring the bag over here. I'm gonna go get the bag. Hold on.
Okay.
So here we go. This is good radio.
He's getting the
Yeah.
bag. He's
I'm
getting the
You
bag.
can hear there's a bag. Look, I'll make bag noises. Here. There we go.
Best
we
gift
go.
ever. I thought that was a
As
Christmas
you can
bag at
see,
first.
Best
Gift
ever. It
Oh
says
my God.
on the bag. So what you have to do, it's not wrapped. So I need you to reach in, eyes closed,
Okay.
pick one gift out of, we'll call this Uncle Archie's Sack of Fun.
Okay.
And, so
I'm
just-
reaching
just
into
as
Uncle's
good.
sack.
Yeah, just close your eyes and reach into Uncle Archie's sack
Shit.
and pick something out of his sack. Just rummage around in that
This
sack.
never goes well.
Yeah. Put your hand in there. Get it in there good. All right. What did you get?
I got a mustache ornament.
Yeah!
There we
Damn.
go. You can use that. Now when the holidays come,
This
you'll
is
put that.
mine.
Yeah, I mean he won. Really,
Yeah,
guys.
no, he did. No, that's,
Does anyone
it's well
want this?
deserved.
I think he
It comes
deserves
with the
it.
Snapchat filter, right?
I hope so.
You should just wear that on stage.
Yeah.
Hang it from your nose.
Get like one of
Hang it
those
from my
like
nose.
nose rings in the middle,
Oh
and then
yeah,
just like
yeah, one of those
perfect reason.
Oh yeah.
those
dude.
bull like the ones
The
in the
bull
middle. Yeah,
horn.
like the bull ring ones.
Yeah.
and then just you put the
It'd be
mustache on top of
perfect.
that.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, now you have to do it now. There's no way getting
Well, I
out
know
of
where
it.
we're going when we leave here,
Oh
guys.
Yep.
yeah. We're doing it right now while it's fresh in our mind.
We're gonna need a picture of that just for the record when that
We're
happens.
not gonna think about it. We're just gonna do it, and then
Yeah. And
look back at the picture.
Is that the most that anybody's answered right on the show? Or has anybody gone to the feat of answering all of them correctly?
No, I think we had 4 once. I don't think we've had all,
Okay.
but I think we had 4 once.
Okay.
But that's very good. I would say on average it's closer to 1.
All right.
Yeah, on average I think it's 1 or less. So
What's less than 1?
0.01.
There we go.
0.999 repeating.
Oh yeah. That's
Or
mean
is
pi?
it 1?
Oh, no, pies.
Pi is more than 1. That's 314.
yes.
15.
I
2,
remember
4.
that.
What? 24. No, you're just making things up.
Yeah.
7,
Isn't
8.
that what
Stop
pi
trying
is?
to sound smart. I think it's like
You
5.
got your mustache now. Leave us alone.
I think it's like 5-2, I think, after that. But I could be wrong. Anyhow, let's move on. Interesting fact, by the way, if you're a nerd about numbers like that. In 2015, it was the ultimate Pi Day. It was because you had, was it March? Yeah. Right.
14th.
March 14th, 2015, 31415, right?
Yeah.
And then 3.14 years from that day was this year on May 4th, which is Star Wars Day.
Yeah.
So May
Wow.
the 4th was another nerd day that was 3.14 years from the ultimate Pi Day. Yeah. So just everybody just don't have sex to
I'm
that.
overwhelmed right now. I didn't know. I missed that. Honestly, I didn't know that was happening.
All right. So let's move on to what we like to call near and far.
Yes.
Not hard. We have 2 different stories. One's going to be near, close to home. One far away. You know how it goes. It's pretty easy. You get the idea. All right. So let's start off with near. Now, what you told me is you guys for near had a show at the Met. Now, that's a really popular, like well-known venue up in New York City, which isn't terribly near. And that's a big deal if you guys got to play the Met. It's actually like an art like museum. So usually that's not even a performance space, but so you guys played the Met.
Well,
So
it's,
tell me about that. That's amazing.
Do we tell him?
That's
it was actually the Metropolitan in
right.
Annapolis.
That's the short for Met. The Met
Short
is the
for Met,
Metropolitan Museum of Art.
It's kind.
Yeah.
It's a kitchen and a lounge. They have artwork
It's
and all
not-
this stuff in it.
So not in New York.
It's not in New York, sadly.
God damn it! You made it sound like you were a big deal. That's why I put you on the show.
That's
Yeah.
why it was so hard for us to tell you. Like, we were like, we finally feel good about ourselves, but no, we can't live a lie.
I'm kidding. So the Metropolitan Kitchen and Lounge is a venue over in Annapolis. So tell me, what happened?
Well, we had a show. It was, I guess it was kind of like a hip hop night.
Yeah.
Because we were the only physical band there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, everybody else had like turntables and samplers and things like that. Okay.
So we were the only band there.
You should add that. That's what that means.
Well, I'll get to that later. Go ahead.
But we were the only band there.
Yeah.
And it was sold out. There were more people there that the venue could fit. So they turned people away.
They turned people away.
And when we got on, it was a big room.
Yeah.
So the room was full.
We were about like the second band, right?
I think, yeah, we were the second or third band in.
And they were
act
like,
in.
"What are these white guys doing?"
And we're the
Yeah,
only
well-
one. We're the only ones there with instruments. So we're like, all right, we're just gonna do our thing.
Yeah.
And if they don't like us, they don't like us.
Throw down.
And people were throwing down
Really?
when we got on. Like we have a song. We have a few songs where we get people involved, get them jumping.
Yeah. No.
And-
That's always fun.
Where the stage is, it's upstairs on the second floor.
Oh, really?
And it's above the bar.
So like Velvet Lounge is like that
Pretty
too.
much, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're getting people bouncing. You could feel it on the stage.
Really?
That the floor is vibrating.
It's like it's like bending. Oh my goodness! Are you afraid that people are going to fall through the floor?
Well, we weren't so much, but the venue was. See, that was
Really?
the thing. Yeah. Well, yeah, because at one point, we were feeling it so much that I think it was after our set was finished, they had to like come up in between like the next person coming on. They were
Yeah.
like, "All right, we gotta like stop the jumping pretty much because then the floor is gonna cave in and we're gonna kill like half of the people in Annapolis." So it was like,
oh my goodness! So not only did you get everybody jumping, but then nobody else was allowed to get anyone jumping. So
Yeah,
you were by definition the best artist there.
we had the littest crowd, I feel
Yeah.
like. Everyone else, had people with their cell phones up and all that kind of stuff, but we had people almost kill other people. So
Murder. That's how you judge if it's a good show.
exactly. We want to be extraordinary, and that's another thing that adds to our list.
How much
So,
murder could have happened on a scale of 1 to 10? It was about an 8. Oh, that's a banging show.
There you go. No, honestly. It was
the capacity of the venue is 120
Oh, wow.
upstairs.
Okay.
And there were definitely way more than 120 in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I could imagine like probably almost like 200 people tried to get in, but like a
probably
few I
got-
feel like only like made it through the cracks because there's like
Yeah.
the people also make it through like the back entrance and all that kind of stuff. It's like
Seriously.
people can crawl in through the windows if they want, honestly, in this
It's the
place.
second floor. They can't do that.
But-
You're lying to me.
But you gotta remember, this is a lit show.
They
This
got
is a
ladders.
lit show back in the day.
They're
Yeah.
putting
ladders.
ladders up on the windows to get in.
This is how badly people wanted to get into this show.
They're
This
poking
was
their heads in. This is lit.
yeah, exactly.
All right, so we have about let's say a minute and a half left. Let's talk about Far. You guys said that you had a really late show.
Yes, we did. So we played this festival at High Tops Bar and Grill that's up in Timonium.
Okay, Timonium's up kind of near Baltimore, Maryland, in that area. Yeah,
Definitely around Towson and all kind of stuff. And so we had the late slot that night. We were actually the last band to play that whole night. And
wow.
And this show, and I think this festival started around like 11 a.m. or something like that. Like they had an outside stage and an indoor stage. So we closed with the indoor stage because the outdoor stage closed like really early.
So you were the headliners.
Essentially,
That's what I
yeah.
would say.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. If the headliner is traditionally the last band to play,
Right?
so yeah,
So that's what I would say instead of the band that got saddled with the last set.
Yeah,
you'd be
pretty
like,
much.
Oh, we're headlining. No problem.
we got it on a technicality, so it's good with that way. But no, yeah. So we played really late, and we were playing. It was going well, and eventually the venue just cut us short. We had no
Oh,
idea.
no.
Yeah, we were told we had like a few more minutes than we had.
We had a good
Speaking
while.
of that, we're out of time. So that was perfect. We cut you off.
There you go.
Thank you so much for coming, guys. Did you have a good time?
Always, yes.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
So don't forget, you can check out the Vibesmen on Thursday, June 7th at the Blestival in Fairplay, Maryland. Also check them out at vibesmentribeofficial.com. On Friday, June 8th, Backbeat Underground is at Union Stage in Washington, D.C. Saturday, June 9th. Humble Fire at Pearl Street Warehouse in Washington, D.C. Ginata Pinata at Dante's Bar in Frostburg, Maryland. Roundabout at Westover Market Beer Garden in Arlington, Virginia. Tuesday, June 12th. Pitches Be Crazy at South House in Washington, D.C. Wednesday, June 13th. Jarrell Williams at the Wharf in Washington, D.C. Please like our posts, follow us, retweet us, share the show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We cannot do this without you. Don't forget to review us on Facebook, iTunes, and Google Play. Thanks to everybody for all of their contributions. Most of all, thanks to the Vibesmen for wasting a perfectly good hour with us.
Thank you.
This has been another wasted hour. And if you just realized that, don't blame us. We warned you.
Sweet.
Nice.
Sky and the waves collide. I'm on a new kind of high and I'm set to fly. I'm in the mirror and I'm smiling without trying. Rather die with the vibe than try to make it out alive.